In this video, we are exploring an insane new AI tool called Z.AI Chat, powered by its powerful LLM GLM-4.6. You can create clean, professional-looking PowerPoint slides like this slide on the Devil Wears Prada's Andy Sachs. You can also use magic design to create highly polished social media poster designs. And finally, you can select full stack to create complete applications, just like Bold, Lovable, or Replit. Now, what is interesting is that since Z.AI owns GLM 4.6, it actually makes it more comparable to Claude Code or Cursor. Now, this is not just another hype, because GLM is on top of Berkeley's function calling leaderboard, which makes it one of the best agentic AI LLMs. I'll select the full stack option and paste my prompt here. I'm building an attendance web app for my gym. The GLM 4.6 is preparing the dev environment for building my web app. So now it has created a to-do list with a list of items to do for developing this application. GLM has already loaded the code editor where you can see the code or the preview of the application on the right and access the AI agent on the left. Now I can see that it plans to use Tailwind, ShadCN UI and Prisma for the stack. The LLM has already finished 2 of the 6 to-do list items, but the UI is already visible on the right. It's now creating the API endpoints, starting with the members API. The app is getting generated super fast. At any point, I can click on the code view / live view button to view the actual code base getting created in the runtime. So I can see that it has created a Next.js application with an app-based routing. And the core folder structures are really well defined. So now that the basic UI is ready, it is adding a seed script to add some sample data to the database. Great, now it's working on the attendance history and analytics dashboard. So now you can see multiple tabs have already been added, like the check-in, check-out, attendance, analytics, and member search. It's also inserted multiple values into the system to make it a real-life demo. What is really interesting is the 6th item. It is implementing a real-time attendance update with WebSocket. WebSocket is a system with which the backend can inform the UI of certain changes, allowing the UI to update whenever a change happens in the backend system. It did face an error while running the application, but the agent is automatically trying to fix the application on its own. Great, so it identified the error, it installed the missing dependency files like socket.io client, it even did an npm run lint to check if there are any TypeScript compilation errors, and finally with all the errors fixed successfully, the UI is loading perfectly fine again. Now let's have a quick look at the folder structure that it generated. If you check the Prisma folder, you'll find 2 files, schema.prisma and seed.ts. Schema.prisma is where it creates an SQLite database, which is a temporary database where the entities of all the database tables are created. The seed.ts file is where the dummy data to be inserted into the database is created. And under the SRC folder, you can see the Next.js code using an app router based, cleanly organized code. And you can also see under the components UI folder all the ShadCN UI components. Now at any point in time, you can click on download to access the entire application code locally. Now let's go back to the website preview. We can click on open in new tab to test the application in full screen. A couple of things that I really liked about the simple UI. On the top, it has added easily accessible statistics about the gym attendance tracker. It has got the 2-level scroll bar perfect. It even works great with responsive views. When I click on member search, I am actually able to do a live search and the filter does work perfectly. It's even got some colorful, easily understandable charts under the analytics tab. Now, while I do like some of the colors inside the UI, I think an overall better color theme is possible. So I head to the theme section under shadcn.com, select the orange tab because I think orange might be fun for an attendance system. I select copy code under Tailwind version 3 and copy this global CSS. Now when I paste the CSS, so it's asking me what I would like to do with these custom CSS properties. So it's asking me whether I want to update the color scheme, add dark mode support, customize the theme, or maybe apply these styles to the current application. So I'll ask Z.AI to apply fitness theme colors as well as add a dark mode. So with this prompt, the Z.AI is already getting to work with an updated list of to-dos to update the UI of the application. So this might take around half a minute to work. You can see that Z.AI is even installing libraries like Next themes to make the dark mode toggle work. Perfect. So now we have a very interesting dark mode with fun colors added for the gym attendance tracker. Okay, so now we're going to integrate Supabase into our project. The current code base created by Z.AI uses SQLite, which is more of a local database. Now, in order to switch to Supabase, first of all, you need to go to supabase.com and create your own organization under dashboard. Under your organization, you can create your own project, which you can use for your website. Once your project is ready, click on the connect button on top. Now, under app frameworks, you can use the framework Next.js using app router with Supabase.js. Select .env env.local and copy the entire environment key variable from there. The environment keys would look something like this. Now along with this, you can also pass along the URL to let the agent know how to connect Supabase with Next.js. This is how your final prompt would look, with the Supabase URL and the Supabase anon key and the documentation to let the agent know what to do. Now once you click submit, Z.AI understands that you want to integrate Supabase as the database instead of the current SQLite setup. It has already created a list of 5 to-dos to make this migration happen. So it installs the Supabase client library, as well as set up supabase.ts, which is a local Supabase client configuration file. Next, it is creating a Supabase schema.sql, which contains the entire database SQL schema. And it of course updates its existing members API as well to now use Supabase instead of SQLite. Similarly, it updates its attendance API as well as the stats API. Okay, so the app is now compiling successfully, but it needs to create a seed Supabase JS file to insert dummy data into the real Supabase tables. Now you can see that there is an error that says fail to load data, please refresh the page. That is because the database tables are not created in Supabase yet. So as it says here in the next steps, you need to run this Supabase schema.sql in the Supabase system to create these database tables. So when I click on Supabase schema, it copies the SQL code into my clipboard. Now when I go to supabase.com, I can paste the entire Supabase SQL script. I can select all and say run selected. So now we can see a success message, which means that the tables are created successfully. Now, even though the database tables are created, it doesn't have any values. So if we ask it to run seed Supabase the command, it should automatically insert the values into the database tables. Perfect. And with that, we have a live gym attendance system created within a few minutes using Z.AI, with Supabase as the database and the data actually populated into our application as well. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell icon for more awesome tech content. I'll see you in the next video.